make you eat. Are you hungry? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. I have the most lovely, beautiful, and talented Emily from Ready, Set, Keto hanging out with us today. I'm so excited to have you on. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. It's a beautiful fall day here in South Carolina. It was about 70 degrees, dry, blue skies, and just gorgeous. What's it like there where you're at?
Rainy and cold.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That's coming our way
Yeah.
Tuesday. But yeah, it's so far so good. We've had a pretty nice fall. But Miss Emily, you and I, we've been
I
trying
know.
to get this going for quite some time, and
We have.
things popped up, and life happened,
And
and
here we are.
here we are. We finally did it, so I'm so glad to see you. We got some people in the comments. Got a little treat for them, just for those of you, and I'm sure most of y'all know who Miss Emily is, but if you don't, I'm going to give you a little introduction to who she and James are. But before we do that, Emily, if you wouldn't mind giving us just a quick background about you and James, and then we'll go ahead and roll that little footage.
Oh man. So we started keto, and it's been what, 2 years? About 2 years, and down about 80 pounds. And initially it started out just we wanted to drop the weight, and now we stay with it because of not just the weight loss, but how we feel and the many other non-scale victories that have come along with it, and just sharing the journey with you guys.
You said non-scale victory, so that's one of the most surprising things for
Hmm.
me.
Yeah.
What started for so many was weight loss,
Hmm.
and then they realized so many other things happened, the aches and pains.
Absolutely.
I think that's the best part of it. That's the biggest surprise.
And
Is
it's non especially when it's non-expected. You're just
right.
thinking, at least for me, it was like, I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna lose weight doing this, and I'm gonna just show that I can do it.
And you did.
And
You've
who
lost
knew? Yeah.
you've lost 80 pounds.
Mhm.
Yeah. And James, how much has he lost?
He has lost about a little over 100, and
Wow.
then my brother has actually been doing this with us as well,
Right.
and he has lost over 200.
Oh my gosh. He looks like a completely
He
different person.
does.
Like
Yeah.
not even the same person whatsoever.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Keto for the win. And you guys did
Yep.
BBB a handful of times too, yeah?
We did a couple times. We've done carnivore a couple times. I like to consider us more of a ketovore. Definitely meat first. It's kind of transitioned from really dirty keto for us to clean keto to more of a ketovore, meat first and some veggies. And if you watch us, we know we like our salad. We know we so
I mean,
yeah,
that's where I started so we did keto, right?
right.
I discovered keto years ago. And before carnivore, well, yeah, we did our carnivore, fell, and then got back up, fell. And then I said, okay, that's it. I can't do carnivore. I'm going to do ketovore. I'm going to do clean ketovore. And
Yeah.
clean ketovore turned into dirty ketovore. And it just wasn't going great. And then we did BBB.
Yeah.
That that's the game changer for so many. It was for me.
Yeah.
It's it's the lifestyle that I finally was able to kick like the sweeteners, because I was still
Right.
using the artificial sweeteners all the time. And but that was an amazing. So what did you notice with like BBBE when you guys first did it? What was like was it the game changer for you too?
It the for me anyway, I was always with my coffee, the sweeteners and the cream, and BBB&E is what got me to appreciate coffee for coffee, and
Yeah.
that since then, I drink my coffee black. I might have an iced coffee on the weekends now, but Black coffee it is.
Gosh, that's awesome. That's my biggest struggle.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
not
hard.
coffee, it's the cream.
Yeah, it's really, really hard.
It
Um,
is.
especially when it's something that you have every day, like every day.
Every day, all day, every day.
Mhm.
I mean, Larry and I, we would consume pots and pots of coffee. I can say though that, I tried lying, what about a month and a half, 2 months ago,
Yeah.
and I was able to kick it and I felt absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
After I got past the withdrawals, I never felt better in my life.
Mhm.
And it just kind of crept its way back in. But
Yeah.
it's not the all day, every day. I'm drinking maybe 2 cups a day now.
Yeah.
So, I am going to try and give it up, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I
It's a
feel like we all have that one thing that's going to be the hardest thing to give up, you
yeah,
know?
absolutely. And for
Absolutely.
a lot of people, it is the coffee
Mhm.
or the cream with the
Yeah.
coffee, or like a lot of people too, diet soda.
Right.
That's another one for them as
Yeah.
well.
I have that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's yeah. Coke Zero is like yeah,
it's so hard.
it
We've
is.
been set up for failure, you
Mhm.
know. But I'll tell you what, I think no matter what, our diet is so much cleaner than it ever. And when I say the word diet, I mean your daily food and drink intake. I'm not,
Right.
not the weight
Yeah.
loss. A lot of people, when I say that word,
They're like,
that's
"It's
what
not
they
a diet."
it's not a diet. No, but it is your diet.
Right.
And but yeah, our diet is so much cleaner than it used to be. I mean, you know
Exactly.
better than
Yeah.
anybody else all the victories that people are having, non-scale, medical,
Yes.
kicking this disease and that disorder, and
It's
just
wonderful.
nullifying all of it. It's amazing.
It
And
is. It's absolutely amazing, and there's so many people that I know personally that could benefit so much from it, and I feel like if I just keep talking about it and others keep talking about it, they might give it a try, right?
so how many people do you think that maybe you have inspired in your personal life? I mean, your brother was one, yeah?
Yeah, my brother was easy. I hope he's okay with me sharing this. I think he's okay, with me sharing this about him, but and I've never shared this on one of our videos, but my brother is actually a recovering alcoholic, okay? He is 2 years sober,
Oh,
and he needed a place to go, before he moved in with us, and he had nowhere, and we told him I basically told him because he's my brother and I can say different things to him than others might be able to,
yeah.
but I just said, "Look, we have a room in our home. We'll make you a bedroom. You can move in with us, but you have to do keto with us." And he said,
Ah,
"Okay." Yeah. He was easy. He said, "All right, let's do it."
and it's
And
oof,
yeah,
completely changed his life.
absolutely. So
So he's
2
sober,
years
he's healthy.
sober, healthier, eating healthy, and wonderful. It's
That's
wonderful.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
so awesome. Derek, right?
Derek, yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm so happy for him. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed watching his progress because
He's very quiet, and you're not gonna see him a lot, but
right, but all you need to do is see a handful of pictures
yeah.
of what where he started and where he
Oh,
is
yeah.
now. It's just it's incredible.
Love it.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say hey to a few people. We've got about 60 people in here. So what's up,
Hi.
everybody? I'm so glad you guys joined us. And let's see, we got Carrie in here. Carrie's like a
Very
million days without
I
coffee.
know, right?
That's amazing.
It
That's
is
just
amazing.
he's awesome, and he's very proud of that. And I think by you continually see how when he says, what is he like 638 days now? I think he put it
Right.
in here, and it's like you keep seeing that. It's like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
what am I waiting on? What am I doing?
Right. Yeah.
That's just amazing. Miss Joyce Butler, how are you?
Ah,
Yeah, Miss
Joyce.
Sunday. Aw,
Hmm.
how are you, Joyce? It's good to see you. Yeah, well, we're back. I'm back. I'm not sure it's going to be every week, but I do have something in the works for possibly next week. We'll see. We'll see. But I do want to get in as many that I can before I go back to the job. So, hello, Allison. Hey, you. How are you today? She said, "Hey, y'all. We
Hey.
got Lady T in the house. I love this lady. She is just straight up gorgeous."
No.
Lady T. Hello, Luz. How are you?
Yes.
Two of my favorite ladies. I like that. There you go. There you go. Hey, Kel. How are you today?
Yeah.
Mrs. Donahue, Terry, I hope you're having an amazing Sunday.
Ah.
We got Brenda, Mike. How are you, Mike?
Mike.
Let's see. What do we got? I can watch Cassie cook since I ate already. I did some cooking today. I did a little filming too. I've been busy in the
Ah,
kitchen. So busy trying to come up with some different things to eat that are as
yeah.
clean as possible. And when you're only working with a handful of ingredients,
It can be hard.
it's a little bit challenging. There's no doubt
Challenge.
about that.
Right.
Hello, Beverly. Yeah, it is hard to do. And hello, lady Fritz. Fritz. I can never.
Fritz
Will you spell that
Later.
out for me, Fritz Ader?
Yeah.
I'm the worst. I know. All right, let's see what Carrie's got to say about a non-scale victory. My latest non-scale victory, I had an event at my church. The pastor's wife's mom had a birthday, and the food they had was all sugar. I ate
Ah,
before, was not
hey.
eating, and I had comments but didn't eat. Good for you. That's
That's
the
awesome planning ahead.
yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely. That's when we did both of our slips. Well, not the one that was pizza. This was keto before we even had a channel.
Yeah.
We had our slips. They were from birthday parties, and just one cupcake. Hey, I lost 52 pounds. Hey, I'm good. And geez,
Yeah.
Louise, yeah, those birthday parties. So good for you. Good for you. Feels good. Yes, congrats, Carrie.
Yes.
Right, that's right. We have Angie sings. Angie, sweetheart. Sweetheart. We got Sherry on a low carb journey. Sherry, how are you today?
Hey.
She doesn't have time to stay long. I'll listen to the whole thing tomorrow at work. Thanks for having channels that keep me going. Absolutely.
Aw.
Thank you. You're sharing your journey too. So I do have Larry set up a little clip of James and Emily, and this was actually taken off of our top 10. It was taken off our top 10 YouTube channels, and I'm going to go ahead and play that for you now. So enjoy, folks. Enjoy. Let me see if I can get this thing going. This is boom.
Set keto.
I'm James,
And I'm Emily.
and we show you our actual weight loss journey with the keto lifestyle.
Make sure you check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter now. But most importantly, don't forget to get ready.
Set.
Keto. Can we open it?
Yes.
Do you want to see the bark on it?
Yes.
It looks so good.
Hey, you guys! Guys, bacon cheddar bratwurst because not everybody's on BBB. I'm James, and in the past, I have fell off the keto wagon.
Yep. And I am Emily, and I have also fallen off the keto wagon.
But we didn't stay off long.
No.
Nope.
No. And mean people really suck when they try to tear people down when they're trying to make better choices and improve their health. Even if they're little changes, a change is a change and a step in the right direction. Keto flu varies from person to person.
It does.
I had very minimal in the past. James had it pretty rough to the point where
I quit.
Along with Southern Ketovore, I would consider James and Emily personal friends. We met online and we've become friends over the past year. And Cassie and I have been rooting for them. They've been rooting for us.
Okay.
we love you.
Larry loves you guys. He does. I do too. I love you guys too. There's no doubt about that. But y'all, if you have any questions for either the lovely Emily or myself, just fire away, put a cue in front of it.
Yeah.
Until that time, let's go ahead and get into a few of the comments here. So I did
Right.
notice one, and you're right, Mike. You know, you felt better online, so why stop? Keep going. You need to have discipline to succeed. It's not supposed to be easy, but giving up after a few days. I hear you, Mike. I gave up after 2 weeks. So it was a little more than a few days. And I know, I mean, the same could be said about the coffee. You know, I know what the cream and the coffee is doing to me. I know what it's stalling my progress, but now I can't speak for every man and every woman out there, but men and women tend to be a little bit differently, tend to operate differently.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's about sustainability and not perfection. And that's kind of where
Yes.
I'm at right now. And I will get there when I get there. I'm still down over 80 pounds and I
Which is
feel pretty good.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel pretty dang good. And I've kept it off. That's the thing.
Yes.
I've taken weight
Yes.
off before. You know, I've never been able to keep it off.
Cassie, I'm right there with you. By no means am I tiny thin, but I always go back to a video I watched. It was actually a speech on the low carb cruise, which we were at, but we didn't watch the speakers. And Watch Out on Keto spoke about if you hate yourself, then you're going to hate yourself then. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, where I've hit my goal. This is, my goal was to hit 150 pounds. I hit that goal. I went under that goal and I'm kind of fluctuating, but I want to be happy in my skin. And the fact that I'm maintaining and I'm not gaining a tremendous, a bunch of weight back like I normally would have in the past from a diet.
Yep.
This time it's what you said. It's a journey. It's sustainability, how I want to eat for the rest of my life.
That's right.
And that's what matters.
Absolutely. And we learn every day.
Yeah.
Every single day we learn something new. And
Yeah.
Everybody goes at their own pace.
Yes, we need to be
Their own
teachable,
speed.
you know?
And like most men, they have no problem with it.
Right.
Like I said, women are different. We tend to be more emotional eaters than anything.
Yeah,
And,
I think
but
so too.
it's all good, Mike. I will get there, and I will be looking for your comment when I finally hit a goal. Which exactly what that's going to be, I don't know, but
Right.
because I'm 5'6", 5'7", somewhere around there, and I have a fairly decent size frame, medium to large build, and I don't know. We'll see. I'm shooting for 150. 160 is my initial goal, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure anywhere between 140 and 160, then I'll be set. But when I get there, I get there. Well,
Yeah.
look who stopped in. Hello.
Luca.
Hi, how are you? Grace says, Emily is dancing with that girl. That is so cool.
I love the girl.
I know. So awesome. What an awesome group. What an awesome group. We're up to 85
Yes.
people. Hello.
Yay.
So for
I
those of you
know.
new, you know who's on screen, Miss Emily. I've got some pictures too of you guys. Just a quick before and after of you guys. So that is so important. I think people
Yeah.
need to see that. Look at the difference. Are you kidding me? Look at that.
No.
You look so amazing. And do you look at your old pictures and just cringe, or do you look at them and say, doggone, I defeated that person. That person's gone.
I look at old pictures and most of the pictures I have that are older, I was always hiding behind something, whether it was another person, I wanted to be standing behind them, or kind of at an angle where you do the whole camera up and down,
Yeah.
to
We've all
don't
done
get my
that.
double chin in that picture,
That's right.
So, and now it's, when I look in the mirror, I still see the old me. But if I'm taking pictures now, I'm like, I don't care, take it because I want to see that picture. Like because I know when I look in the mirror, I'm going to see just me,
Yeah.
just heavier. I feel like I'm always going to see myself heavier and think that I'm heavier. And I know that's mental and that's something that I'm still working on. And that's okay.
Oh, I wonder if that's
So,
maybe because we've been heavy for so long.
right.
And that's the image, or the reflection that we had seen for decades,
Yeah.
and now it's like you've been at your skinny for maybe 6-8 months or something like that.
Yeah. It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, over
It's
the course of
still
a lifetime, it's still fairly fresh if you think about it.
very,
Yeah.
very,
So I think that's going to take some time. But I remember seeing there was this couple. It was on a talk show. This was probably 20 years ago, and they were very heavy and they lost the weight together and they look great. So anybody who sees them now, right? They're like, "Oh my gosh, you guys look amazing." They said, "Yeah, but we still feel like we look,
yeah.
how big we were, 2-3 years ago, however long ago it
Yeah.
was." And I get that. I get that. Like right
Totally.
now, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't feel like I'm down 80 plus pounds,
No. Until I go to pick up a bag of water softener salt and I'm like, I can't pick this up. And then it's like, oh, that's what it felt like,
Yeah,
and I didn't even know.
yeah.
But
Well, you don't think, I mean, I don't know. Is this you or is it just me? Like I look at my weight loss and I'm like, yeah, it's only 80 pounds.
yes.
Because you hear of all these other stories. I've lost 200, 300, four
Yeah.
hundred pounds. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's only 80 pounds. But to us, that's a small person.
I know. And I'm the same as you, Cassie, the same as you. I'm always like, Derek's lost over 200 pounds. Like, that's so amazing, and it's like, I've only lost like 80. So
Yeah.
it's
But I
not a big
mean,
deal.
exactly. That's got to change. We've got to change
We
that.
do.
That's a significant amount of weight. Now, if you were to
Right.
tell that to, like, I've talked to people and people who know me and who know me at the size that I'm at, and they didn't
Yeah.
know me, years ago, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've lost 80 pounds or whatever the weight was at the time, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because we're in this space and we just, like you said, with your brother and
Yeah.
losing, triple digits, and
Right.
it's like, but yeah,
We
we need
are
to change.
always going to be our worst.
So we do have a question here, and I'm going to let you start with it, Miss Emily. So Searching for Truth asks, how do you build discipline and self-control?
How do you build it? I think putting yourself out there for a bunch of people to see, that helped.
Absolutely.
That definitely helped. Even not just that, until we started keto, I don't think James ever knew how much I weighed. Like, I never wanted him to know what the scale actually said. And I think saying that out loud to somebody, to find just somebody who can be an accountability partner and just be completely raw with them, with the weight that you're at, what your goals are, and just circling back to that, whether it's week by week or month by month, but having someone that you have to tell them, hey, I did this, or I didn't do this, and this is where I'm at. I think that definitely can help build discipline for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. Accountability is key.
Mhm.
And that is one thing that we've learned since starting the channel.
Mhm.
And being in this community, in this space, is like you said, you kind of have to tell on yourself.
Yeah.
Even
do.
tell somebody, oh, I'm thinking about this or I'm thinking about that. And you make that statement. And if you're in a support group, okay,
Mhm.
alcoholics have support groups,
Right.
drug addicts have support groups. We're food
Right.
addicts.
Yeah.
Period. And the difference between an alcoholic and a drug abuser is we need food.
Yes.
You don't need alcohol to live. You don't need
Right.
drugs to live. You need food. And we're used to a certain, protocol, I guess you can say. But yeah,
Absolutely.
accountability and just practice makes better. That's the way I
Yes.
look at it. And if you fall down, you just keep getting up. And the more you say no, the
Yes. The
easier it's going
easier.
to be. Yes, the easier it's going to be to say no.
Yes.
And your slips and whatever you want to call them. Some people call them cheats. People call them
Yeah.
falling off the rail, getting run over by the wagon, whatever.
Yeah.
But they're less frequent and they
Hmm.
don't last as long.
Yes.
So, I hope that gave you a little clarity and,
Yeah. And what's
just,
great about that is if you do slip, you have that choice. And that's what's wonderful about it. You have a choice to say, you know what, it happened. I'm not going to be hard on myself. I'm going to move on and do better tomorrow. I'm going to do better right now.
I think that's so important, Emily,
Yeah.
not being hard on yourself because so many people get down on themselves.
Right.
Oh, I cheated. Oh, I'm the worst person. And all that negative
Yeah.
self talk that even I mean, I used to look in the mirror and I would cuss myself out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
say bad things to myself. And that's no good.
It's not.
You don't beat yourself up. I mean, learn from your mistake. Don't continue with it, but don't beat yourself up because that does absolutely
Yeah.
nobody any good. None
And
at
I
all.
promise you, you're not the only one who messes up. Promise you.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. You're not alone.
There's no shame in that. And you know what? The one beautiful thing about modern technology is we are able to connect with other people
Yep.
and we're all finding out, hey, this person's just like me. Oh, wait, that whole
Yep.
group of people, they're just like
Yeah.
me.
Yes.
I think there's more of us like that than there aren't. It's just that we've been shamed.
Mhm.
We've been made to feel ashamed of our mistakes, if you want to call whatever you want to call it,
Right.
but our accidents, happy
Yeah.
little accidents, as Bob Ross would say.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a question for your Jen Joyment. Hello, Miss Jen. Can we talk about the pros and cons doing this journey with your spouses? Absolutely. Emily, if you wouldn't mind starting that one out.
Pros and cons. Pros. I'm going to start with the positive. Jen, I know you're a positive person. So I'm going to start with pros. Pros is for me is if I can get in a mentality of I'm helping him and he can get in a mentality of he's helping me, and it's not just because it's easy for me anyway. I don't know if you're the same way, but it's easy for me to care more about someone else than it is me. Like I have more care for him, so I'm going to choose things that I know he's going to like that keeps him on track, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
In return, it's also going to help me because we're doing this together, right? So having him do that for me as well, I think it helps balance us to make choices as far as like meal planning or, if we're going out, we need to have a plan in place. If we're out and we're hungry, then we're going to go here and we know we can stay on track if we go here versus if we go to Red Lobster because we're not going to, we're going to end up falling off the wagon,
Those
essentially.
Cheddar Bay biscuits get
Exactly.
you.
Yeah. Like I know I could go, but I know James cannot go because he would be too tempted.
Yeah.
And so I don't get to go. So I think the pros of that is we can kind of feed off of each other, making choices for each other. So we're not having to make our own choices. Cons is like if I want seafood, we can't go to Red Lobster, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a trigger for him.
So like the cons for us, because Larry and I have fallen on YouTube a handful of times, gaining a ton of weight both times. We were
Yeah.
one way and then we were a complete different way after a handful of months. Is that that's your partner in crime. You can talk each other into things, and
this is true too.
Yeah. I mean, so it's a double-edged sword. you
Right.
know? So if you just focus on the pros and leave the cons behind, doing it with your spouse, that's you have support and you
Yeah.
have a cheerleader by you all the time, right?
Yeah.
You know, celebrating your victories and congratulating you, you know. So many times I tell Larry, doggone, you know, it was a struggle driving down the road today. You know, this looked good and that looked good, but I got by. And he's like, you know what? That's so good. I'm
It
happy for you,
is.
baby. I'm proud of you, baby. So he'll tell me things like that, and
Yeah.
that feels really good. You know, just being reassured that okay, I did the right thing. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
you did good. Let's have a steak. Okay, okay. So we've got a
I love
question
that.
from Miss Nikki. How to get more fat when I am dairy sensitive, even to butter or ghee? The idea of eating chunks of raw tallow is just a lot. So
Um,
no, you go ahead,
I think it's going to depend if you're carnivore or if you're keto. Because if you're keto, something like avocado is going to be some good, healthy fats for you. But again, it's going to depend. It's going to depend on where you're at on that spectrum of the proper human
absolutely.
diet.
So, I mean, if you, whether you are keto or carnivore, well, keto's a little bit different because, I mean, you factor in macros and all of
Right.
that. So with carnivore, you don't.
Yeah.
But if you don't like eating the chunks of the tallow, I mean, get yourself a ribeye and take that fat that's between the cap and the main body and fry it up. Fry it up. It's so good. I never liked it. I used to when we first started. I'm like, oh, it's like snot.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. This goopy fat, and then so many people said, no, you fry that up, put it on the grill, take it off, you know, cut it up, chunk it up. But eat fattier cuts of meat for sure. I'm not sure if you're
Yeah.
eating chicken or like say sirloin or something. Those are lean cuts. So if you're looking for more fat, look for the marbling. Ribeye is your best bet. When you eat ground beef, get the higher, you know, maybe 73-27, and don't drain the fat. You know,
Yeah.
if that's something that you can tolerate, absolutely give that a shot. But
Right.
I hope that helped you out a little bit, Nikki.
Yeah. Eat more bacon,
Bacon.
more salmon. It looks like somebody actually, Brenda Foley said bacon, salmon, and coconut oil. Those are all great.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
tips.
Salmon's loaded with fat,
Oh, yeah.
along with so many other good nutrients. I don't eat enough salmon.
Yeah.
I don't. So we do have a question from Carrie.
Very.
It says, how can I tell people why I don't eat vegetables? People at my church love their carbs and veggies and sugar. And when I only eat meat, I have a meltdown and just give them grace and keep on going. So one person said to me, just tell them you're allergic. And they'll stop right there and then. If you're allergic to something, they'll just, oh, okay. But that's what I got for you, or, you know, or I'm abstaining today, or whatever. If you don't feel like going into, you
A
know,
whole conversation. Yeah.
exactly, because then people look at you like you got lobsters coming out of yours. What? You only eat meat? What? Yes. Tell them you're allergic. Somebody said I'm allergic to sugar. I thought, oh, that's a great one. Yeah. I mean,
Right.
no other explanation required. Just as soon as the word allergy is brought into oh.
No.
Little Larry's home from work, everybody.
No.
That's my sweet boy. Where's Rosie? Where's my Rosie? Oh, she was in here. I thought for sure she would have been making an appearance.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, little Lair, would you grab Rosie? Will you find her? Coming right up, Cal. Oh, that's my sweet girl. I saw Connie Knights in the house. Connie, I'm really surprised you were here. I was wondering if you were going to show up. It's so nice to see you. I love this lady. We go walking. It's been a while, but she's got family in town. I had a meetup with some of my ladies in Greenville, and Connie's part of the ladies
Aw.
group. And Yeah, she couldn't make it because she's got family in town. Oh, there she is. Oh, we got a Rosie. Yeah, just hand her.
Oh,
There she is. There's a tiny Rosie. Okay, there you go, Cal. Little bratty. All right, we'll just
no.
hang on to her for a minute here.
Right.
She's a spoiled little girl. She gets all the love. All the love. But I'm glad to see that you're here, Connie. I'm so glad. And Paleo Barbie says, I can't stay. I'll watch the rest tomorrow. Thank you. Have a lovely evening. Thanks for stopping in. I see somebody says, hi, Lindy. Is Miss Limitless Lindy in the house? Oh, hi and bye. Is that Paleo Barbie?
It is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
And she is sweet. Mary, you're tiny. You're crazy.
She is tiny. Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go. There's that body dysmorphia can be a hard thing. Absolutely.
It really is. Yeah. It's definitely, I mean, there's so many different aspects to this journey that I was not expecting when we started this because I looked at it as a diet, right? And it's been wonderful. It's just been a wonderful journey. It's learning just how to love myself, not just at one weight, but any weight, and that it's not just about the weight, right?
No, it's
So,
not. In fact, I think for those who have come to this way of eating for weight loss, that is
mhm.
actually taken a backseat
Yeah,
because they're realizing, hey, I no longer have to take ibuprofen. I'm off
right.
this medication. I no longer have allergies. I mean, these are just, some minor things or just basic
Yeah,
pains and things like that. But for those who, came to this way for,
yeah,
to heal, it is a healing diet.
it
There
really
it
is.
is. There it is. But yeah, let's see. Allison, my 14-year-old daughter is about 80 pounds. The whole
That
person.
is a whole person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, Robin, I've only lost 30 pounds in 3 years. So frustrating. But
Not only 30 pounds is still wonderful.
you can lift 30 pounds and you tell me how much weight
Yes.
that is, and you strap that on your back and you realize it. See, there it is. I've only lost.
Yeah.
The real
Yes.
question is, how do you feel?
Exactly.
How do you feel? How has your life changed since ditching um that that 30 pounds?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, exactly, Lady T. We
Mhm.
it's too easy to compare yourself to others. And
It
I think
really
that's the
is.
big problem. We compare ourselves to others and
It's easy to find something else that we don't like about ourselves. Oh,
always,
always.
always.
So
We are our worst enemies.
it's true. It's very true. I mean, it was kinda like, "Okay, I got to the weight I said I wanted to be at, but maybe I can lose some more."
Hmm.
That's where I kinda got at, and I'm like, "I can't do this. I can't do this to myself, and I just need other goals to work towards that are not involving that scale."
No, and I'll tell you, Emily, you're looking real healthy.
Thank you.
You were, and I'm not, this isn't negative, but you were looking a little thin, in the summer. I was like, wow. I mean, if that's, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Especially for us we're losing a lot of weight because we have extra skin and
Yes.
we change a lot. Our face looks a lot different.
Yeah.
But I did think that, and I thought, well, maybe this is a healthy weight for her. Maybe this is how she feels best.
I So that was actually my lowest. I was 142.
Mhm.
And at that point, James was, bless his heart, was trying to say that this exact thing as nice as possible. And he said, Emily, I do not feel like this is the healthy weight for you. And you need to stop trying. Stop trying to lose more weight. He did not want me to lose anymore.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it for myself. But I could feel the pressure of maybe I can lose more, maybe I can lose more. And I knew that wasn't healthy. And so I needed to reevaluate myself. And that's why, again, that's why I just want to be able to sustain. Sustainability is the most important thing for me. So,
Well, in spite of what you see in the mirror or in pictures or how you feel,
yeah,
from my viewpoint, you look perfect.
thank
You
you.
do. You look
Thank you.
great, Emily. You really do. And that's, that's putting in the work, period. And Larry and I, we've got so much respect for you and James. You guys are absolutely amazing.
We think you're amazing. We love you.
Well, we love you. So we've got a question from Miss Shelby. So here we go. We're talking about
All right.
this again. I have lost 70 pounds and still see myself,
Yeah.
my fat self. I guess it takes a while for our brain to see our new self. I still have 20 to 30 pounds to go, but I wonder if I will ever see the thinner me.
It's
Ah,
I feel like it's always going to be a work in progress, right? Think
yeah.
about how long we've talked negative to ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. I mean, we've done that for years, decades,
right.
a lifetime for
Yes.
some. Okay. So we can't expect something like this to go away within a few months or even a few
Yeah.
years. It's going to take time. I mean, we're always evolving, I guess you could say. We're
Yeah.
always growing and we're always learning. And yeah. What do
Yeah.
we have? Miss Hula says, "This is good stuff, ladies. Never give up." As Cassie said, if you fall down, get back up.
Right.
Thankful for those who have gone before me to help me show the way. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I can assume that I'm speaking for you too, Emily, that that's what gives me joy
Yes.
with the channel is, so for us, and I'm assuming that it's the same for you too. You correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
When we first started Carnivore Quest, it was just about accountability because we just couldn't do it.
Yes.
I had cancer and that food addiction
Yep.
still came at me, even after, to me back then, I thought,
Yeah.
okay, I said no to the chemotherapy. If I don't eat, if I don't give up the sugar, this is going to kill me,
Yeah.
and I still went back.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that the power that's why I think we've got to stop beating ourselves up when we do go back. And
Yeah.
so, but anyway, we started our channel for accountability, but it turned into something much bigger than us
Oh,
now,
yeah.
much more than we ever thought it would be. We thought, yeah, maybe we'll help a few people, maybe we'll inspire a few people because Chris and Laura's path, they started us, at least to start the channel. And we had no idea.
Right.
No clue. Is it the same for you too?
100%. Had
Yeah.
no clue. I still get I was just telling you this before we went live. I am still so nervous
Yeah.
before we even get on camera because it's still weird, but it was totally just for that accountability. I had no idea how many wonderful friends we would make. Had no idea about the tremendous community that's out there. Like, I had no idea. I never even watched YouTube before we started our channel.
Really?
Yeah.
I did, but I never watched any one particular channel. It's just like regular TV to me. I'm like, it's just all garbage now,
Yeah.
let me see something else,
Yeah.
True.
I had no clue. Not
Yeah.
any clue.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head saying the community and making friends and what I
Mhm.
like to call even, chosen family, because I truly have love for people I've never met.
Yeah.
And when they're struggling, I feel for them. And I know you do too, because you're that
Yeah.
type of person. I pray for our community each and every single day.
Absolutely, 100%.
And I don't know. It gives me such great joy. I feel, I mean, your kids, you always have purpose for your kids and grandkids, right? But this
Yes.
is something a little bit different. This is, and it's not like people holding us up saying, oh, thank you so much. It's not about that. What
No.
it's about is just seeing people change their lives. And it's like, okay, yeah, we
Mhm.
actually did help a little bit with that. And that feels really good. But it's so good to see people change their lives and just they're getting healthy and their eyes are open
Yes.
to the craziness that's going on in the food, big, super mega big food core. That's what I like to call it.
Right.
But it is, and we're a movement, even though we know that it's trying to be shut down, but you can't stop that.
Yeah.
Sure, they can shut it down on social media, right? But
Yeah.
there are too many people who know now. It's like it's too hard to stop that freight train. You know, it's not going to stop on a dime. Too many people know, the word is out there. Some people don't get it, no matter how many times you tell them, and their minds will almost never be changed until they have their own aha moment.
Yeah. But maybe, just maybe, a seed can be planted. That's the one thing. Talking about it to people who, may benefit from it, or just talking about it to complete strangers, maybe there's a seed planted, and maybe one day they might say, I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah, we actually had that maybe about a month and a half, 2 months ago. There's a woman, her name's Gypsy Wolf. I don't know if she follows you guys as well. But that very thing, she followed us for a while, and I knew she was a commenter, and she always gave really nice, warm words of encouragement.
Right.
And then she revealed to us, she goes, okay, you guys sold me, so I'm going to do it. I'm finally doing it. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay. That's awesome. So I keep an eye on that, and I look forward to seeing her, because that just, to me, she's, I don't know, not the first, because a lot of other people have said that, but for some reason, just her saying that, it had some kind of significance, and I felt really good. We got a question for you, so let's bring it up. It says, Emily, did you do carnivore for a few days and then went back to keto?
We did. Okay, so we've done bbbe a month at a time, I believe twice, maybe 3 times. Fine on that. We did carnivore for a month. We didn't make it to the end of the month. And for some reason, not only did I fall off, I was done with carnivore. I did not make it to the end of the month, but so much to the point that I was so frustrated at myself that, if you want to call it, fell off the complete keto wagon, or stumbled or fell, or whatever you want to call it. And then I was so angry at myself. I had a complete meltdown is what happened, to be honest. And I don't know why, because bbbe, I didn't feel that way. But then doing carnivore for a month, I don't know what it was. I don't know. I don't have a good answer.
I mean, you guys did amazingly well doing what you did with keto. Like a lot of people, such as myself,
Mm-hmm.
And I do plan, believe me, I can promise you all right here, and you can take this to the bank, I will not be carnivore all of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I need variety.
Yeah.
Pure and simple. I need it. Carnivore is very restrictive, but for me, and I don't know how long it's going to take, but carnivore isn't for everybody. And I think carnivore is definitely for those who, there are extreme cases.
Yeah.
But there are also carnivores for people like myself. And some people may disagree with me and do the whole chafee thing, because I do believe that chafee style carnivore will heal you.
Mm-hmm.
It will take care of anything and everything, but it's also shown that keto can do the same thing.
Yeah.
But, for those who the food addiction is just so strong, like myself,
Right.
It's like, I have to eat just meat.
Right.
But I do, when we had our keto binge, I mean, that was another thing that proved to me, another event that proved to me, it's like, no, now maybe it was everything that went on.
Right.
And the depression. Okay.
Yeah.
But to me, it proved that, no, you can't do it. You're not there yet. Maybe not. I don't know, but I'm not going to try again, because all that information came back.
I just didn't understand why and maybe it was other things in relation when we were doing carnivore, because bbbe is definitely more restrictive than carnivore, right? So I don't know why carnivore really got to me. It was just very odd. But no, we started, to answer the question, when we first started our journey, we started keto, and it was actually dirty keto, as some would call dirty keto. We used a lot of keto products, and from people commenting and learning and growing, we tightened it in and a cleaner keto, and eventually kind of just more ketovore meat and some vegetables sprinkled in. So
Yeah.
that's how we feel best. And I know that, especially after talking to many, many people about their journeys, there's people who have to abstain, and there's people who can moderate, and
Yep.
you just have to be self-aware and learn. You're going to learn more about yourself in the journey, right?
Yeah.
And whatever's going to work for you is what's going to work for you. And it might not be the same as Cassie, and it might not be the same as me, and that's okay.
Absolutely. I mean, we're all headed toward the same goal.
Yeah.
But we're all taking different paths, and whether that path is carnivore, keto, ketovore, and even in carnivore, there are so many different paths that you can take there. There's
Right.
there's loose carnivore, with keto, there's clean, super ultra clean carnivore or keto, and then there's loose keto, and it's whatever works for you. And you got to do what works for you. And we just, the comparison, it's got to stop, because we're not the same. We are not the same. Yeah, we're human. But for criminy sakes,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. He says your goal weight should be the one thing.
Yeah.
Your goal weight should be the one that you feel healthiest at. It's not about the numbers and competing with others. Amen. It's so true.
It is very true.
And I see a lot of that. People saying, what we were talking about earlier. Well, I only lost X amount of pounds, and this person, the comparison, it doesn't matter, that they're different.
Yeah. Stay in your lane. For sure.
Stay in your lane is right, lady.
Yeah.
That is absolutely right. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's important too. Having a doctor who is supportive of this, and
oh yeah,
a lot aren't, and if you can find a good physician who is who's on board with that, better yet, that's following it and practicing it themselves,
right.
You're solid. I've not found one out here. In fact, when I was working at the butcher shop tending bar, a lot of my customers were doctors, lawmakers, but my surgeon who removed the cancer, he was there. And he and his wife, they would frequent after they realized that I was there. Then they were my regulars, But when I told him the diet that I was on, again, with the lobsters crawling out of my ears, he thought I was insane. But and he had seen so many so many patients, So I'm like, oh my gosh, it took me a second to remember who it was. I'm like, what's your name? So anyway, he reveals his name. I'm like, Dr. C. Okay. I said, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. You saved my life. And you could tell that he gets a little embarrassed by that, because he hears it so many times. And there were other customers in there who he's performed surgery on their kids too. It's like one big community, kind of like here, right?
Right.
We all know each other. And, but I said, oh yeah, do you remember me? And he's like, oh yeah. And he's like, yeah, who is your doctor? And I told him who my oncologist was. And I forgot exactly how it was, but when I said to him, I how long it's been and blah, blah, blah. And how did my chemo go? I said, well, I didn't do it. And then I got the double take. And then I saw the light go off. And it's like, and I also remember when I told him that I wasn't going to do the chemo shortly after the surgery, he gave me this look. So you can tell that he wasn't on board, but yet the dude's guzzling beer, right? I saw how he ate because I served him, and I fed him. I served him and took his order and everything, and so So yeah, if you can find a doctor who's going to walk the walk, talk the talk, awesome. If they're just
Yes.
going to support you, better yet. But just the meat only, I think he was a little surprised, and I really look forward to seeing him in like another
Yeah.
years. I have a feeling though, when we open up the brewery, they'll be there too, because it's not far away from where I used to work. So guess what, Doc? Year 8.
Right.
Coming right up.
Yes.
My bonus years.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, hello, Pamela. Says, yay.
Pamela.
My favorite ladies. Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi. I hope you're all doing so good. Yeah. Let's see. Did we have any more questions? I may have skipped over some. Oh, here we go. Let's talk about this a little bit. I'm not sure if this is in your lane, Emily,
Not
or
quite yet.
oh, geez. So I'm dealing with a lot of menopausal symptoms and food cravings. It's super frustrating. Heck yeah. And there's a lot to be said about that too. With the weight coming off a little more slowly.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. You know, I mean, your clock stops. Now I've been postmenopausal. Mine was surgery induced. So I had a violent shove into menopause. And, you know, that was not exactly fun. And because
Yeah.
I'm just that type of person who tries not to take, but I'm not taking any HRT or anything like that. I'm just doing it naturally. So I dealt with some pretty severe hot flashes, and I still do.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, ever since the reduction of coffee, that's really had a big difference. And I noticed that the first 2 weeks they were almost completely gone. But you know, even though I'm still drinking it, you know, but
Yeah.
they've improved for sure. So I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. And yeah, the food craving. See, you're going through it naturally. And I can't even imagine what that's like. I never did the peri menopause during menopause. It was just straight, you know, just regular cycle to the end game.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good luck to you, Mama. I know you're in for a ride. I know you are. Be strong. Be so strong. And just, yeah, those cravings, they suck. You know, do you still get them fairly regularly? Do you have days where, you know, wow, this piece of cake or that looks really good. And you could go through that almost like it's almost cyclical, right?
I'm not menopausal yet. So just depending on where I'm at in my cycle, it's
Okay.
just I have those weeks where I have a few days where it's like I want something and nothing seems to hit the spot.
See, now I wonder, because I haven't done a deep dive into this either. You know, I'm
Yeah.
just like, it is what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to know everything, but if I have a type of cycle too, even though I
Yeah.
don't have ovaries anymore, there are
Yeah.
eggs being released, but
Right.
you know, I mean, I'm still a woman and I still have those,
Right.
some of those
Yes.
organs. So
I know
there's
you
got to
know.
be something to that, because I've noticed that some days, you know, I'll have like a block of 2 or 3 days, and
Yes.
gum, why am I still? I was feeling so great. I never even
Yeah.
thought about it. I looked at that stuff as poison, and here I am, like, oh, that sure does
Yeah.
sound pretty good. I could go for this or that, or
Yeah.
geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Totally. I definitely have those days and I just know they're gonna be there and I just
just got to power through, right?
yeah, and
You know, you get through it.
this is exactly why I don't make all these, these keto treats that I could make.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I could have them in my house. No way. So that that would derail me, and I know it would if I had the things in my house. But just anticipate that they're gonna come. You're
Mhm.
going to have desires of of treats, I guess, or something, and I don't know if it's ever gonna go away.
You know, probably not. For some people, you know, I do hear some people, mostly men, again, and
Yeah.
I'm a little envious
Right.
of that.
Yeah.
But you know, I can have a steak every day, and I don't think twice about it. And
Right.
like I found it, and this was like my first indicator of like the treats, right? So
Yeah.
it was carnivore, right?
Yeah.
Carnivore, the oopsie cake. I
Yeah.
made it last year. I had to make it 3 separate times. I made my practice run,
Yep.
made one for the video, and then I made one for Thanksgiving.
Right.
And the practice run, I was like, okay, it was good, but is it really that good? Let me try another bite. Let me try
Yeah.
another bite and another one. I
Yeah.
thought old habits die hard. And just because it's carnivore and it's lower in carbs and all that, I will still overeat.
Yes, you
And,
can still overeat. Yeah.
and then what good is it? What good is that going to do me? Not a
Yes.
darn bit. No, it's so
Yep.
rough. I think we're always going to deal with that.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Hello, Miss Sonia. Sonia asks, how to fix your digestion after a slip up with eating regular foods. I have felt the difference, but I just don't know how to fix it. Well, I mean, how long have you felt the difference? How long was your slip? What did you eat? Are you carnivore, keto? It's kind of hard to answer
Yeah.
that question. If you want to throw a little more information down below, we'll keep an eye out for it, and then maybe
Yeah.
we can help you tackle that problem issue you're dealing with right now. And
Right.
yeah, I mean, for some people, I know some carnivores where constipation is their problem.
Yeah.
And for me, whether it's keto or carnivore, it doesn't matter because I'm abnormal because of all the surgeries I've had down in my plumbing. I'm never going to be normal.
Yeah.
And it's not constipation. Sometimes I wish. Sometimes I wish. There are the times I'm running for the hills. I'm telling you, it is what it is. Oh, hello, Vivi. How are you today? I hope you're doing good. Yeah, Sharon. It is sad.
Yeah.
Is it sad that they're not listening, or is it sad? So no, I guess maybe the question is, why aren't they listening? Because they get some mighty fat kickbacks off of those drugs that they're prescribing.
Yeah.
Mighty fat. I had a little insight with that. We're talking 6 figures, just from one drug company. They make
Right.
a substantial amount of money. That's why with my doctor, when I refused the chemo, my surgeon, and he gave me that look, and I knew it had something to do with that. I thought, you're not
Right.
upset or you're not concerned about my health. You're upset that you missed out on that, $10,000 set of golf clubs or whatever it is that
Yeah.
from your referral. I know that's what it was. I still love him. He still saved my life. And, but all I can do is just show him that I'm still going. And who knows, maybe
Yeah.
he'll be the next Barry.
Yeah. It kind of goes back to that whole plant a seed.
Exactly.
Right.
His wife, she's so sweet. Her name's Karen. I adore that lady. I miss seeing them. I do. Her more so than him. He kind of made me feel uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. But she's amazing because he's very intimate. He saw everything.
Yeah.
Not a great place to be.
No.
All right, let's see. Oh, taking off. Good night. Well, we love
Night,
you too.
Hoka.
You have an amazing night. Have a great rest of your week. And she says, don't forget to give them a like. Thank you.
Nah.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We will definitely take that.
Yeah.
Taking off, Miss Angie. Good night. Thank you. Big hugs to you. Yeah, I will, Rhonda. Like I said, a lot of it is just it depends on my schedule. And, like I was saying in my video, I'm going to be in management. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to have regular days off. So I guess y'all are just going to have to
get what you get.
You're going to have to get what you get. Yeah, you're just going to have to work around my schedule. But
Right.
yeah, I will. And I'm still going to continue to do videos and things of that nature. But I think we have a question. Yep. Cassie, did you ever watch that video about lions love coffee? Whoa, I have lost 224 pounds. I'm on lying diet, but I can't give up my coffee with cream. So Lions drinking coffee with cream cracks me up. No, I'm going to have to check that out. You know, I'll tell you what, I bet if there was a coffee with a bunch of cream, that lion would lap that up like it was going out of style. I hear you. See, the thing with the coffee, and this was for me, and Jan, I'm not so sure if you know why I attempted Lion Diet, because I had a lab scare. Okay. Not going to go into it. But, and I do know that coffee can increase your cortisol. Okay. According to Chafee, coffee increases, which, well, not just Chafee, but others, you know, because it has to do with your adrenaline glands and then the fight or flight and stress and all that, depending on how much you have, right? Like I was telling Emily and y'all too, it was all day, every day. Larry and I would fire up 3 pots of coffee, no problem. So all that cream, and what's in your cream, you know, the heavy cream, there's a lot of carrageenan and there's a lot of other additives. And, or if you just go to half and half, there's a lot more lactose. But you see that there's a lot to be said about that. But if I could just have 1 or 2 cups a day, I really would be okay with that. But I'm just, you know, I'm the all or nothing type person. I'm just go for it, you know.
Right.
It's not good. I have seen the same thing since quitting coffee. No hot flashes. Yeah, it's true. There's really a lot to it, and that I don't know.
I'll have to just keep that seed in my brain.
Yeah, you can tell I've recently had coffee. I'm having my hot flash right now. 150 degrees, 0 to 10 seconds. But they're really not as bad. Oh, there she is. What's up, lady?
Erin.
Erin. I hope you're doing good. I hope you and your family are doing well. It's good to see you on here. I know you took a little break, and we need to take little breaks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, especially you know, you're a mom, you're a wife, you have a full-time job, you know, so you're busy. And then you factor in the channel. I'm not sure how much work Richard does with your channel, or if this is all you, Karen. I mean, you're super mom anyway, and superwoman. I mean, that's what we do, right? We take care of the family and we work and plus doing this stuff too. But you know, and your folks, you're taking care of your folks too. And I know that's not easy. So you're a real trooper, lady, and I'm glad to see you're back up and around. When do you start your new position again? That's a good question. So we're slated to open the 1st of December, but it's a new construction. So there's a lot that can go wrong with that, with contractors and, you know, the government, and dealing with permits and the, what do you call them, inspections and all of that. So I was there last week, and only the subfloor was in. They were putting in wiring. I mean, they are making progress. I know everything will come together quite quickly, but so they are. But we'll see. Maybe December. So, but I will start before then, because we're going to have all these systems that I'm going to have to learn. And, anyway, I am excited for that. But yeah. Joyce, I think you should try Keto Chow as your creamer. Do they have creamer? Or is it creamy?
It does make your coffee creamy, yes. You just use it
Really?
in your coffee, just a little bit of it.
Okay. No, I've not. I mean, we're sponsored by Element, so we don't have any Keto Chow in the house, but you know, I don't know. So I can't try that.
Right.
But I'm sure it's delicious. But I would really like to completely eliminate these hot flashes. But yeah, I do love my coffee. I do. But well, I'm so glad that you all stopped in. If anybody has any final questions or anything like that. Oh, you know what? This is one thing that I failed to bring up. So let me do this real quick. Miss Emily.
What's up?
Who's that, baby? Little bundle of joy.
He is so stinking adorable and so perfect.
They just
So
smell so
perfect.
good, don't they?
Yes. Yes.
Now, how old is he? About 3 months now?
Almost on the 8th, he will
Oh,
be 3 months old,
oh.
and he's just a little tiny bundle of joy.
Now, do you babysit at all? Do you have like, or just take him when you can get him, or just visit him? How?
Luckily, they're only like 15 minutes away from us.
Okay.
So they're in the same town. We kind of live in a country-ish kind of area.
Mhm.
So any place that we go to is going to be about 15 minutes or longer to
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
So they're pretty close. And so luckily I can just stop by on my way home from work, or, if they want to go run some errands, I can go watch him for a little while. And I love it.
I bet.
Absolutely love him.
I'm looking forward to it. Oh, and I've got news for anybody who is still here. So our oldest boy just got engaged. They got engaged last night. So we're going to have another wedding, and we absolutely adore this girl. She
That's
is
wonderful.
an amazing girl, and I'm so happy for them.
Aw,
And I'm happy for both of them. I don't know if I'm more happy for her than for him, because we all know what it's like to get that ring on that finger.
right?
But I'm so happy for him, and they're a great couple, and
Yes.
so we're excited for that. And then
Yeah.
Holly and Josh, they celebrate their 1-year anniversary tomorrow, and
Wow.
they're talking about starting a family. So having the grandkids close, that would be really, really awesome. I look forward to that. And yeah,
That's just wonderful.
yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh yeah, I am too. And little Larry said last night. Now he's only 19. He's like, "Oh, there's only me left." I'm like, "Whoa, bud, let's pump the
Yeah,
brakes. We got a little bit of
a
time."
little bit.
You can still be young. It's okay. Be a
Yeah.
19-year-old, and he's not your typical 19-year-old. He's an old soul, but at the
Yeah.
same time, he's still young. If that
Yeah.
makes any
That's
sense.
how Noah that's how Noah is. He's 12, but he's got an old soul for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little Larry, he's got a good head on his shoulders,
Mhm.
and a little more isolated than some other kids. But what kid is it nowadays?
Right.
I
I
mean,
was isolated. Yeah.
they didn't go out and play like we did. I don't know about you, but I was out of the house sunrise to sunset. Riding
Yep.
my bike around the neighborhood and hanging out with my friends. I'd go and we were talking about this the other day. I said I would go and stay the night at a friend's house, and I would leave my parents a note
Yeah.
on the table. I'm staying the night at so and so's house. They didn't even know their phone number. Some of them, they didn't know where they lived.
Right.
It's like me. Wait, you've been gone for 5 minutes. Where
Yeah.
are you? Are you guys okay?
Yeah. You better be home when the porch light comes on. And then you knew mom was mad if she was flickering the light.
Yeah, exactly. We knew when to be home for dinner.
Right.
Or if the lights came on, sometimes we were given that, I want you guys in when the street lights are on. But when we got older, it was different. But Terry says, thankful for my 9 grands.
Ah,
That's amazing. That's a whole lot of love.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
that is. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, street lights come on, and it's time
Yeah.
to move in the house. Yeah. It's so different now, a different world. But
Yeah.
it's a pros and cons to everything, right?
It's all kinds of wonderful, right?
It is. It is. It is. Yeah. We're getting older, a little more gray, and some more
Oh, yeah.
wrinkles, and the babies are getting younger, and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
kids are, yeah, geez. I don't know. I look at these 19-year-olds, I'm like, they're 10.
Yeah. I mean, even I don't know if anybody's been able to hear the boys upstairs watching football.
Oh
And
no.
and it's like even the football players on there, I'm like, they look so young.
Yeah, they're
They look
babies.
like
Ooh,
they're
be careful,
12.
you might get hurt.
Right.
Knowing darn well if I took that hit, I'd be in the hospital. I'd lay
Right.
up for a week. Oh, geez.
Uh,
Oh, yes, Jasmine. Do you remember the 10 o'clock commercial? Do you know where your children are? Absolutely. Who's that
yeah.
one influencer? Do you know who I'm talking about? Her name is Kelly Mannon, or she's our age, and Oh my gosh, she's so funny. I mean, she just brings everything, everything that we went
Right.
through, and the way she explains it and her delivery, it's just it's impeccable. She's so funny. And I watched something about this the other day, and she brought that very thing up with a guy with a beanie drinking from the hose. Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to wrap it up. We are
Yeah.
over the hour mark. Thank you all for hanging out with us. This was a lot of
Yes.
fun. Emily, thank you so much. I'm glad we finally
Thank
got to
you.
do this.
Me too.
And we're going to have to do it again for sure.
Absolutely.
I would love to. And it would be fun to like get a ladies panel together.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
Yeah. I think we'll have to make that happen. Might take a little coordination, but because everybody's work schedules and life,
I know. Life gets in the way.
it sure does. It sure does. We're always busy, but we will try and make it work. But,
Right.
yeah. Thanks for stopping by, everybody.
Thank you.
Check out Ready, Set, Keto. If you're unfamiliar, James and Emily, they're amazing. They started the race. They showed their progress all on YouTube. And I don't want to say finish the race, but they met their goal, and they're still doing their thing.
We still have goals.
You're right not to go back to that one.
Yeah, no, I know.
But yeah, you guys, I mean, you proved to the world,
Yeah.
look, it can be done, and we're so very proud of you, and we love you guys so much. And yeah, so I hope you all got that. But yeah, Ready, Set, Keto. They put out a live, they try to at least once a week, and but they've got some great words of encouragement. Their community is amazing, and just so supportive, and just absolutely awesome. So if you have anything that you'd like to say before we sign off, Miss Emily, if please do
I've
so.
had a good time, and I just thank you for inviting me and being so loving and supporting and encouraging. And we love you guys so much.
We love you too. All right, y'all. Until the next time, no sugar, no carbs, and no cheating. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by.